If you watch any form of media, then naturally you will come across many characters that you hate. So today I'm going to be going through 9 of them. Why are the last 3 blurred? Don't ask too many questions. First up, Usopp from One Piece. He joined a pirate crew because he wanted to go on adventures, but this dude refuses to have a character arc even though One Piece has literally over 1,000 episodes. I kind of get why he has no confidence. I mean, look at the nose on his face. If he was bricked up and ran straight into a wall, he'd break his nose. That's crazy. By far the worst thing Usopp has ever done in my opinion is try to sell a fake medicine to the people in Wano. These people were in deep poverty and he gave them hope. Then a little girl tries to give her dying father the medicine, but it obviously doesn't work. That's top tier evil. But he still got the bag though. I respect the hustle. Next up, Joffrey Baratheon from Game of Thrones. This dude's parents were brother and sister, so his life started off hard. Then he was raised in an environment where literally nobody educated him on any topics, which naturally meant that his character would become pure evil. His character was so hated that people literally threatened the actor for his performance. But then we got the scene of Joffrey dying to poison and it was sweet. You could also argue that none of the events of the show would have happened if Joffrey didn't order the execution of Ned Stark. But to be fair though, if I ever met Ned Stark, I would totally want his head too. Next up, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender. This dude had arguably the best redemption arc in all of media. But before his redemption arc, he was a massive piece of shit. He kept trying to capture the Avatar, which is the person destined to bring stability to the realm, while fully knowing his dad would just execute him. He stole an ostrich horse from a family that sheltered and fed him. And worst of all, he was mean to Uncle Iroh. Oh, my homies rock with Uncle Iroh. The worst thing Zuko did was tell the Avatar that he needs to stop being a pacifist. Okay, Zuko, first of all, if Aang wasn't a pacifist, he would have killed you during your first encounter. Second of all, it's a bit crazy to tell someone to abandon their culture, which the Fire Nation wiped out. Zuko has more audacity than YouTube when it comes to putting more ads on videos. Up next, Lois Litt from Suits. This dude is such a rat. I hate him so much. You know how some shows start drama from absolutely nothing just to get the plot moving? Lois is literally the perfect person for any plot development. I mean, he bullies a bunch of associates who are Harvard graduates, he takes everything way too personally, and he straight up blackmailed his boss into giving him a promotion. Then he walks around the office like he earned the promotion. To be fair to him, the entire office was filled with garbage humans. Also, the amount of times these lawyers broke the law on purpose is shockingly high. Lois also constantly expects forgiveness, but he never forgives anyone. Kinda reminds me of my parents. The next character is Chris from Everybody Hates Chris. Why does everybody hate him? Especially the teacher. Her racism was so over the top that it actually became funny. She was like if Uncle Ruckus was actually white. Also, Chris grew up in such a dysfunctional environment and yet he still got a job super early and was making more money than his mom. I hated Rochelle so much it was crazy. She had a husband working multiple jobs in the 80s. Do you have any idea what working a single minimum wage job in 1980s America entitles you to? An 8,000 square feet mansion, 3 beach houses, and a transformer. No, not the toy. I'm talking about a real life version that can actually transform into a car. But Rochelle wasted all their money on stupid purchases, so they stayed broke. Also, I want Miss Morella to suck all the melanin out of my skin. She was so bad, bro. Last one before we enter the top 3, Dr. Doofenshmirtz. This dude is so overhated. Sure, he tries to constantly terrorize a bunch of innocent people, but his inventions always failed. Like, you wouldn't be mad at me if I walked up to you with a gun, tried to shoot you, and it misfired, right? Wait, yes you would. I lied. Doofenshmirtz hate is justified. He is the worst. Also, I want Vanessa to suck all the melanin out of my skin. Moving on. First member of the top 3 is Andy from The Office. If you haven't watched The Office, it's just a show which purposefully tries to make you cringe, laugh, and get pissed off at the same time. But with Andy, I'm just pissed off. The worst part is his character started off funny. In Stamford, he would constantly try to force inside jokes, overreact to pranks, and the scenes where he played Call of Duty in The Office were top tier. But then his character goes downhill and he starts dating a high schooler and moves on by dating someone with the brain of a high schooler. Andy was making moves like a YouTuber who just hit 100k subs. Next is Parthenax from Skyrim. All the dragons in Skyrim are super violent maniacs except Parthenax, and that's why he was hated. You get a mission to assassinate this dragon because apparently he must totally still be evil. He literally trapped his own brother in time. He helps you as the main character kill his own brother, and when you get the quest to kill Parthenax, he doesn't even fight you back. He understands why you are killing him and he still chooses not to resist. He's better than me because personally I wouldn't let that slide. Yeah, he fought in a war against humans a long time ago, but he pretty much redeemed himself. As Parthenax says, what is better, to be born good or to overcome your evil nature through great effort? The last person who people hate is Joel from The Last of Us. Personally, I liked his character arc. Immediately after the zombie apocalypse, he joined gangs and it was implied that he did some heinous things. Also, throughout the course of the games, you probably murder more people than the zombies do. Then when he had the opportunity to create a vaccine that saves all of humanity, he couldn't sacrifice Ellie. But it doesn't matter whether you hate or love his character, the way he died was so pathetic and was done for pure shock value. We all agree on this, right? 200 likes and I'm dropping a sequel. Also, watch the video on the screen. I promise it won't ruin your algorithm.